Yes, people, what's going on? It's Akidi G, and I'm back again with another video. How you guys doing? Big up to everybody who just watched my last stream with Mo Hader. He was here for an hour and like 10 minutes. We talked about everything from how he became an Arsenal fan to what he thinks about Arteta in and out. He told us where he stands on that. But yeah, let's get into the transfer stories today. We got to talk about a bunch of stories. We got to talk about a bunch of players, who's going in, who's coming out, who are we going to get in for this window? What are we going to do before the window ends? Are we going to get Maddison? Are we going to get Bernardo Silva? Who are we going to try to target? What kind of players we're after? Everything and more. But first, before I go any further, smash a like on the goddamn video. People, help me, help you to make better content, bring better guests and more eyes to the channel. The more comments you do, the more likes you do, the more subscribers we get, the more we can grow, the more better content I can bring for you guys. So thank you everybody who's helped me so far on this beautiful journey. I'm on my road to 8,000 subscribers right now, so close to 10K. Let's try to get that before the halfway point of the new season. But before we get any further, guys, smash that like button. Get us to today to at least 120 likes on the video. I got a couple guests with me, with Azan, Muhdin, Gunnar X. We're going to talk about everything. But before we get started, let's get the show started the right way. Bang. Yes, people, what's going on? It's the Kitty G, and I'm back again with another video, and I got a couple guests with me today. But yes, people, you already know what it is. You know what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about them transfers. We're going to be talking about players coming in, players coming out, who's going to be moving, what possible deals Arsenal could be getting done, or what possible deals Arsenal might not be getting done. In fact, at this point, because we get less deals done than we get links, right? So yeah. First things first, before we go any further, I just want to go take a shout out to my guy Matthew on Twitter. He recently got a job as a writer for this website, and I want to shout out the website and show you guys a little bit about what he's doing. This is Ars View. If you guys can see the website, he does match tactical reactions to the match. And after every match this upcoming season, I'll be going through Matthew's articles on the website. He posted this 5 hours ago. About talking about the preseason match versus Spurs and a little bit about it. So for people like Azan who have not watched the full Spurs game and have not watched the back, here's a little bit more in depth of what happened, how we set up with the 4-2-3-1 formation with Aubameyang on the left. You can see how we were trying to build up play out the back with the players there. You could also see how Lacazette was dropping deep into midfield. You can see that clearly, guys. Can you not? Can you guys see the image clearly? Gunnar?
Yeah.
And then you could also see how we tried to set up on the left flank with Aubameyang out wide, Kieran Tierney out wide with him. You can see how we were going with the defensive blocks, where we have almost like a 5 in the back, 3 in midfield, 2 up top. It was quite interesting. We were trying to get Pepe into the channels with Smith Rowe drifting out wide for plenty of times. You can see that our goal was to get crosses into the box using either Hector Bellerin, Kieran Tierney a lot more. But it's not easy when you have Lacazette and Aubameyang in the box as your strikers to get crosses in. They don't really finish chances like that. We are man marking the back line to try to press them. We're man marking. So as you can see, you got Smith Rowe running onto the defender. You can see Lacazette has his man. Pepe has Reguilon, and the right back's being covered by Aubameyang. Defensively, we start the defense from the top. That's why Smith Rowe is pressing high up the pitch. Defensively, once again, we do try to set up a low block where Pepe and Aubameyang almost join in to a 4-4-2 when we don't have the ball, and we had a couple chances where they almost scored. So it's like we got lucky that they hit the bar a couple times. Pablo Mari overall was not looking good, but Ben White looked really good today. The other day versus Spurs. Aubameyang was really lackluster and poor overall throughout the whole entire game. He spoke about he really is off the pace and getting into it. And overall, I would double check. I would really like if you guys could do me a favor and support my guy Matthew. Check out his article on RSView. The website is called rsview.com. So go check that out, guys. But yeah, let's continue. Let's continue now with the main topic, right, of today's video. Azan, what happened? He jumped out. I'm gonna add him back in a second. Big up to every single one of you guys watching. We got over 75 people watching on Facebook. Do me a favor, guys, on Facebook. If you can join us on YouTube also, that would be greatly appreciated. The link is is already on the Facebook Arsenal Inside Out group, but I'll also put it in right here. 1 second. Let me just put it in the chat for you. In the chat for the Facebook group right now. There you go. Okay. And then Azan's back with us. Yep, Azan's back with us. So first topic of the day, guys. What do you think the first topic of the day is? None other than the man himself, Joe Willock, the sales. We got to talk about the sales first. So we're going to talk about Joe Willock, guys. Joe Willock has been sold or is going to be sold. My apologies. He has not been sold yet. He is going to be sold, though. What's going on? Is this video private on YouTube? What's going on? Is the video not playing on YouTube? I'm confused.
No, it is. I'm looking at it now.
Okay. Okay.
Bro, I'm looking at the comments. All I see is Facebook and Twitch comments. Like on the StreamYard window.
Yeah.
No, yeah. On StreamYard, I'm seeing the same, but I'm on YouTube right now, and I can see people. But it says it's on slow mode and subscriber only mode, so that might be why it's not coming up.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's you see what I did was it wasn't public on StreamYard. That's why I messed up everything. Okay, so big up to everybody on Twitch. Big up to everybody on Facebook. Let's get this started. So that's my name on Twitch, guys. Is EGTV Egal, and it looks like Joe Willock could be sold this summer, guys, for £25 million. The reason why Arsenal could be selling Joe Willock also is in order to raise funds to get the transfer for James Maddison over the line. The Joe Willock transfer has rubbed some people the wrong way, and some people are okay with it. Now, let me give you my views on it, guys. I don't think it's a bad idea to sell Joe Willock. It's very sad, the whole situation around how he's wanted to play for Arsenal his whole career. He's worked his whole life towards playing for Arsenal, and like he lived his dream to play for Arsenal. He has played for Arsenal. He's won an FA Cup with Arsenal, and he didn't really have that big of a role. But he went to Newcastle in the system that sorry, guys. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Oh my God. Sorry. In the system that I need to drink water. Yo, you guys need to take over. Yo, the Joe Willock.
Yeah, we'll take over, bro. We got you.
Yeah, because I'm like teary-eyed right now.
Nah, we got you, bro.
Deal with it.
Aslan.
Yo.
You don't want him sold. So tell the people, what do you think about Joe Willock leaving? Do you agree with the price tag? Do you agree with a sale? And obviously, do you think that it's worth selling Willock if it means we can get someone like a Maddison, bro? But take it away, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, about Joe Willock, me personally, I feel that he should be the last person to be considered to be on the transfer list in order to be sold. But currently, with the lack of outgoings and sales that we've seen, that we haven't seen so far in the window, I understand that for the benefit of the team and the squad itself as a whole, that he is one of a few that is being interested, interest from other clubs are only shown to a minimum select players in our squad. So, yeah, look, I mean, if it has to happen for the benefit of the squad and the team itself, I'm down for it. But what I do expect is from the back of this sale, a buy or an incoming has to be imminent, right? It has to be done as soon as possible. Like, I don't want to see us selling him and then wait a whole week for us to actually bring in a reinforcement. Whether that is a midfielder, a right back, or a goalkeeper, or a striker. So Yeah, so I mean, for the benefit of the squad and the team, I would have to accept it, even if I don't agree with it.
There you go. What about yourself, Muhtin?
Yeah, for me, I agree what Aslan says there. For me, first of all, Joe Willock, we know that he was having a great season, and he already proved it in the Premier League. For me, I want him to stay, but at the moment, at the moment he's going, and if we are getting a midfielder on this season, a midfielder that is Arsenal level, I would be very happy. And I think that Joe Willock will be perfect for Newcastle for me, and all the best for him in Newcastle, bro.
Gunner Express?
I mean, everybody knows that I wanted him sold, not because I don't think he's, a good player. I don't think he's good enough for Arsenal in the long run. But the one thing that I'm happy about, obviously, I will say that I think we should have sold him for a bit more, but it is what it is. But what I'll say is, what I'm happy about is that we're selling academy players. What I mean by that is we've made a lot of money for Willock. We bought him for nothing. He's an academy boy. He's been here from a very young age. And yet it is sad to see him go. But we need to get rid of that sentimental value. Look at Chelsea. They bring in loads of academy players and sell them off for big money. Obviously, Guehi, who was a defender, recently went to Palace for quite a big chunk of cash. So we need to start doing that sort of thing, finding the academy players that either don't fit the system or just aren't good enough for Arsenal, and then selling them off for big money. And Joe Willock is a perfect example of us doing that. It's 25 million pounds profit, because again we didn't spend a penny on him. So I'm happy that we're actually utilising the academy in terms of making money, because we need to start doing that more. And hopefully this sale proves that we're going to start doing that more, and making money from these academy players, which is what we need to start doing. So I'm happy with the deal. I'd have liked a little bit more money, but I agree with Aslan and Muhadeen. If it means that we can get a right back and fill out the positions that we need for the betterment of the club, then I'm happy with that.
Okay. Let me just say this right now. I am absolutely happy that we got a decent amount of money for a player. I'm not going to complain that we're selling a player like Joe Willock, because he's not going to play for Arsenal next season. If he did play for Arsenal, his value would have decreased. He wouldn't have gotten a chance. He would be a plan B if he came on the pitch. And as Mo was saying, he could have used him as a plan B. I don't think we have the luxury of sending our midfielders onto the pitch to say bomb forward and try to get goals, because our system is so rigid that we aren't able to get as much players into the box at the moment. Arteta is to blame for that, of course, but Joe Willock would not have succeeded at our team. Where Newcastle, there's a lot more freedom, there's a lot more allowance for players to do as they please, and Joe Willock needs that kind of 4-3-3 where he can roll and do whatever he needs to do to get into the box and almost be a second striker, and in a team that doesn't really have goals. Now, Joe Willock is set to join Newcastle after having a successful loan spell last season. The 21-year-old will be a Magpie, and he'll join them on a permanent transfer. 25 million is the transfer fee touted. That is good bit of business for an academy player who we did not spend a single penny on, but it's emotional because he is a person who wanted to be an Arsenal fan, who's an Arsenal fan who wanted to be an Arsenal player. And Anthony, I don't know where you went. I was just going to go to Anthony. Oh, okay. But yeah, I think it's very emotional that this guy is going to be leaving Arsenal after, he's been wanting to play for Arsenal his whole life. He wanted to make it at Arsenal. His dream was to play for Arsenal. And it's like, when you have that kind of situation, it's just emotional and sad for these guys. Like I feel for him. Like this is his dream. This is literally his dream.
Someone's saying that we put a sell clause in the deal. If that is true, that's even better. That's even better if that's true.
I got my guy Lee Chappy in the house. Lee, what's going on?
Hi, mate. I'm sorry, I'm not great at the minute. I've still got COVID and stuff, so I'm a bit of a mess. But I'm a
get better soon, man. Get better soon.
God. You don't have to be on camera if you don't want to be.
It's fine.
It's fine. Okay, so we're gonna throw it over to you, James Maddison, from Leicester to Arsenal. Do you think the deal can happen, Lee?
I've already said this before, I think, with you on one of the Twitter things that we did the other day, but I can't see it this season at all. not this season. I think if it's going to be anything, it'll probably be the following season if Leicester drop out of the top 6 and don't get some form of Europe football again. Arsenal, historically, massive club. Still to this day, obviously, massive club, far bigger than Leicester. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. But in terms of where both are going, Leicester seem to be on the rise. Arsenal seem to be on the dip, more of a transition period. That's all it is. A lot of clubs go through it. Man United went through it. Chelsea went through it. After they'd won the league, even they were in a transition afterwards. I just don't see the time now, unless it's for his back pocket. That's the only reason would be for his back pocket, because he can almost double his wages, almost. But that's the only reason.
Okay. What would James Maddison offer Arsenal if he did hypothetically join Arsenal?
He's a creative genius at Leicester's attack when he's fit. I think I said this again before to you. He's carried probably an injury problem for going on nearly a year. It's nasty to see such a young, good player like James Maddison struggle on through a season with an injury. And I think if Leicester had a bigger squad, I think maybe we wouldn't have seen Maddison at all last season. I think he would have probably been, recovering properly. But with no, obviously, Euros for him being missed out of the England squad, maybe because of the injury overall, and his performance has not been the greatest. I think he's probably going to be a little bit better this season now he's had that break.
Yeah, and people say Brendan Rodgers wasn't really playing him in the back end of last season. Was it maybe Brendan Rodgers was going away from playing with the number 10, a traditional number 10, do you think?
Yeah, he looks like he was almost going to try and put him on the wing at times. But I think at the end of the day, when you look at Leicester's problem last season, we lost a lot of players. So I don't think he had much choice but to move players out of position and try different things. We'd seen Ricardo Pereira on the right wing, and we've seen Castagna on the left wing at one point. I think we've even seen Ricardo in the middle at one point. Maddison was stuck on the left. He was stuck on the right at one point. The list goes on. I think it was just a case of filling in roles that were obviously missing due to injury.
Okay, Gunnar Express, you said something about Leicester being now a bigger club than Arsenal. Could you explain that point and maybe ask it in a way where Lee could answer a question?
Yeah, so what I meant by being a bigger club than Arsenal, I don't mean obviously overall, because historically we are much bigger than Leicester. We're the third biggest club in England, if you want to go off it like that. But yeah. I think when I'm looking at it right now, and I think Mo was not obviously saying the same thing, Agal, but he kind of made a great point earlier when he was on your show, that when you look at all the factors of what makes a big club, you've obviously got history, you've got things like infrastructure, finances, all this sort of stuff. But it's also about current successes. And for me, obviously, right now, your current successes, for me, easily surpass Arsenal. You guys won a league title only 6 years ago. You've won an FA Cup, and I know we have. But obviously, yours was more recent. You won the Community Shield. I don't really see it as a trophy, but it's still something, that we class as a trophy. I don't, yeah. But yeah, I think right now, especially when we look at projections, you guys are easily higher in terms of where you're going to go. Obviously, you kind of went on to that, where you guys are going up and we're going down. Infrastructure-wise, I think you guys are definitely catching up. Obviously, apparently, you're going to be looking at upgrading the King Power Stadium. You guys have got a brand new training facility that looks brilliant. Yeah, and your owners don't have, like, when you look at them on paper, they don't have the highest finances in the Prem, but they're still spending lots of money on Leicester. And it's not even just about spending lots of money, it's the way they do it. Like, you guys haven't spent, stupid amounts of money this season, but Patson Daka, Sumare, I think you guys might be getting Vestergaard soon as well. Those three signings are brilliant signings for very cheap amounts of money, where Arsenal over the years have spent lots of money on very bad players. Mustafi and Xhaka are two great examples.
Let me just stop you there, Gunnar Express.
Yeah, go on.
The argument we had on here, Lee Chappy, was Leicester are a better run club than Arsenal currently, but are they currently a bigger option for players to go to?
I don't think they're a bigger option. You've only got to look at, literally compare accounts, for example, on social media. You look at Instagram, Twitter, put them all together, the amount of followers, and you can tell which one's the bigger platform to play at. But I think in terms of what the club's achieving right now and just the connectivity with the fans and stuff, I think Leicester's just got that edge in terms of its owners, the investment that's there. You guys hate your owners. We don't. You ask any Leicester fan, no one will back an eyelid. No one will say a bad word about the King Power ownership. Not one. And if they do, they're not real Leicester fans at all in any kind of way. But you guys are all Kroenke out, Kroenke out, Kroenke out. Every day I see it. So that's poison. That's toxic. Why would you want to go to a place like that?
Okay, so you're saying basically the toxicity at the club is the reason why you think players would rather go to Leicester currently?
At the minute, I think they're just changing the way that football is. Instead of based on buying players for £100 million and spending a fortune. I mean, Man City have spent £1 billion since Pep's been there. Man United, since Alex Ferguson's gone, 1.3 billion or something. Well, it's not football, man. It's monopoly. It's not football. Football's about signing young prospects, young talents, and finding these key star men that you can turn into megastars. And that's what Leicester seem to be doing, I don't like the way that football's going. I want it the way that the Leicester way. I want it ran efficiently, ran properly, not stupid money, and just a ride. Leicester fans, we've seen everything. We've been in League One. We was close to being in administration and on the way out the door. No, don't even exist at one point. Leicester nearly to winning the Premier League, to go into the Champions League, to now winning the FA Cup first time in our history. We're just enjoying the ride, and we're moving up and up and up and up. And it's all thanks to our owners that have changed not just the club but the city as well. So connected with the city as fans of Leicester as well. You don't get that with many clubs.
Definitely, I completely hear that. Finally, just before you go, before I ask if any of the guys have a question, how much is James Maddison worth to you as a Leicester fan? How much would you be okay with selling him if he was sold?
I'll answer it in two ways. What he's worth to me as a fan, I'd say realistically, we're talking 50 to 65 million probably in the market. But when you look at the transfers that are being made, like Jack Grealish, if James Maddison's on form, he's in that bracket of Mason Mount and Jack Grealish. He's been in that chat, so to speak, that argument, who's the best. I think if he's fit and he's on it and he's not got these injury problems, he can be up there with the best. And with that sort of money being floated around, I can see him going for something silly like 90 mil. I can.
Wow, 90 mil.
Like something silly like that. I can just see it. I think that's the only way that Leicester will let him go. He's signed down to, I think he's got till the end of 23-24 season until he's a free man, so to speak. And Leicester aren't a selling club for the cheap. You know that by now.
I completely hear that. I was just going to throw it to guys quickly to see if they have any questions for you, Lee, before you go. Aslan, do you have any questions to ask a Leicester fan in regards to the whole James Maddison deal?
Not about James Maddison, but I want to ask Lee, what does he feel about his club's additions this summer in Dakar and Sumare?
Yeah, Dakar's an interesting one because I've not seen a lot of him, if that makes sense, because that's the thing with Leicester. They do buy players that are out of nowhere. It's like no one knew who Jamie Vardy was when we signed Jamie Vardy. You know what I mean? No one did, unless you were a Fleetwood Town fan. That's the thing. You don't really see a lot of these players that we bring in, but as soon as they do bring them, you start researching them, start looking at them, and you think, geez, this guy's mustard. He looks good. He looks very pacey. He looks like that sort of player that would play off of the channels and off the shoulders of players, a bit like Vardy, like a younger version of him. And we did get to see a little bit of that, in the preseason games. So I think he might be our turnout star this season. I think Dakar, and he's going to sell some shirts as well. I know that internationally he'll sell some shirts. But yeah, it's been some good signings. Lille won the French league. Shocked the world, and we signed their Sumare. I don't know where he's going to slot in, especially at the minute with our problem of Fofana being missed. Maybe NDD slots at centre back because he's played there before. He did for the game of the Charity Shield. and maybe Sumari gets his game time in the middle. I'm not sure, but he looks good as well. I think we need a right winger. Ghazal has just left. I don't know if you know that. I think he's just literally left today. Signed for is it Besiktas? Is it? I think he's signed for. Yeah. So he's gone today. So we've not really got anyone on that right wing, and it's not worked since we got rid of Mahrez. We've tried Damari Gray, didn't work. Gone Everton for £2 million, whatever it is. And that's the signing we need, a right winger. We desperately need a right winger. But a free Bertrand on the left back in replace of James Justin, who's been out till Christmas. Yeah, that's another Premier League experienced player. Won the Champions League with Chelsea back in the day. Got a couple of years in him. A bit like signing Johnny Evans, I suppose. Experienced. What a signing that was. That worked out for us as well. Hoping that will work for us at left back. Yeah, it's been good. Good window.
I got Anthony here. Anthony, last person. Do you have a question to ask about Leicester? Maybe the recruitment, because you always talk about how we need to buy Leicester's recruitment, I think, right?
Nah, in regards to the press conference that Brendan Rodgers put out the other day, it didn't sound that he was 100% sure that Maddison was going to stay.
Well, he's a young lad, isn't he? He's a young lad at the end of the day. And when you think, if I offered you 250 grand a week, you're only on 140 only. I mean, that sounds like it's nothing. But if you're only on 140 grand and Arsenal are going to pay you 250 a week and you're only 24, 25 years old, I think you're going to, want to sway a little bit. But I think maybe the dressing room, the senior players, players like Schmeichel and Vardy are going to probably get in his ear and change that mindset.
Okay.
No problem. Anyways, Lee, honestly, appreciate you coming on, man. I know it's such short notice. Thank you for your time. Everyone, appreciate people in the chat. Give a round of applause to Lee, man. First time on the channel. And quick question: how did you become a Leicester fan?
Born, Leicester bred. Leicester till I die. Cut
There
me,
you
I'll be
go.
blue.
There you go. Have a good one, man. Appreciate it.
Get better soon as well.
man.
I'm wishing a speedy recovery, bro.
I'm fighting.
Big up, Lee. Get well
If you're
soon.
ever bored, jump in
No,
the
much
spaces with
better
us,
than I
man.
was. Believe me, I was really bad at one point. I'll see you later.
All right, see
Big
you
up,
later.
bro.
No,
Big up,
soon.
Lee, man.
Everyone, give a round of applause to Lee. Hopefully, best wishes to Lee, man. Thanks, bro. My guy, Lee. Now, Anthony. Just before you left, we're talking about Joe Willock, and I want to just share something with you guys about Joe Willock. This is emotional right here. Check this out. Where is it?
I know what you're going to show. I know what you're going to show us.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to show you.
I know what you're going to show us.
I literally made it. I made it from scratch. So I'm like, I need to show this to everybody. This is Joe Willock, 8 years old, signing his first contract with Arsenal. This is him at 5 years old saying, "Do you think you're going to make it at Arsenal?" This is him holding the FA Cup last year, and this is him when he was 5 years old saying, "Yeah." And it's just like moments like this. We say put sentiment aside, but when players leave, they've been at the club since 5 years old, bro. I mean, since 8 years old. It is emotional. Anthony, what do you say about that?
Like I said, in regards to Joe Willock, I've watched Joe Willock for a period of time, and on one hand, I am happy that he's gone to Newcastle because he's got the freedom which I don't think he'll have under Arteta. The way that Arteta plays is totally different to the way that Newcastle play. So, I'm glad that he has gone because it gives him a chance to play with the freedom, see if he can emulate last season when he scored between 7, 8 goals for Newcastle. So I am happy that he's gone. Like Turkish was saying before, that in regards to our youth academy players, that that we need to start making money off them because Chelsea are doing it, other clubs are doing it as well, and we need to start doing that as well. As much as it pains us that we're to give these guys a chance. Some of these guys, they want to go into pastures new. Yeah, they may be diehard Arsenal fans, but how long can you say that these guys will stay at Arsenal if Arsenal are not moving in the right direction? You have to look at it logically. If I was if I signed for Arsenal when I was 5 and I look at the current situation now, would I really want to stay at Arsenal knowing that the club is not progressing, even though they're saying that it's a transitional period? You know, I want to be playing somewhere that I know that I'll be playing week in, week out. I have the license to, you know, play, roam around and that. So, yeah, you know, I'm happy that he's gone. You know, I wish him all the best at Newcastle, you know, playing up against us, you know, and see what he can do. And that's about it, really.
Okay, enough said. Then we're going to keep it moving from the Joe Willock topic. Now move on to the next topic. Guys, Hector Bellerin. I know you're sick and tired of talking about it, but it doesn't look like it looks like the Inter are now going to be buying Inter Milan are now going to be getting Denzel Dumfries. Mina Raiola is going to get the 25-year-old to sign his deal with Inter today or tomorrow. They've reached an agreement. However, there's still a couple clubs in for Hector Bellerin. Do you think we're going to be able to sell Hector Bellerin this window?
No. I think the way how the market has gone at the present moment, I don't think so. I think it'll be Hector Bellerin and Granit Xhaka will be starting on Friday. I don't see...
Partey.
Yeah, I don't see...
You're like Aslan, man.
No, I'm serious. I don't see...
Great minds think alike, bro. Great minds think alike. Big
I don't see Hector Bellerin going, to be quite honest. You know, if he wanted to go, that should have been done a long time ago. For Arsenal to be trying to get 20 mil for him, and to be quite honest, he's not worth that. He's not the same player that he was when he first came from Barcelona. That injury has, you know, the injury's taken away his pace. He's not confident down the line. He used to be confident, playing down the wing, whipping in the balls. He's now cutting in, trying to do fanciness, which doesn't work. Look at the Chelsea game when he came on not even 2 minutes, gave the ball away. Tammy Abraham scored. You know, he's not the same player he once was. And, you know, the manager, for some reason, he's still got faith in this guy. You know, he played him the other day against Spurs, and what impact did he have there? You know, I'd rather Ailey Maitland-Niles start at right back than Hector Bellerin, but yeah, I don't know. The way this transfer window has gone at the present moment, it's not looking likely that we are selling any of these players anytime soon. So, yeah, everyone knows my thoughts about Hector Bellerin anyway. That's all I've got to say about
that.
Yeah, bro. For me, Hector Bellerin, I wanted him to leave the club. I'm very angry that he's staying another season. Hector Bellerin should have gone for this season. And if for the game against Brentford, for me, I want to see Chambers or Maitland-Niles start ahead of him. Yeah, for me, I don't want to see nowhere near Arsenal shirt. Yeah, for me.
Okay, you don't want to see him nowhere near the Arsenal shirt. Got it. And then I'll just throw it to you, Aslan, because I know what you're going to say already, but let the people know what you're going to say.
Yeah, you mentioned that a couple of other clubs are showing interest. Which clubs are these? Do you know? Or
Real Betis, Sevilla, and Villarreal.
But I mean, have there been any further developments, like where these clubs have shown real interest? Have they submitted opening bids?
There hasn't been anything submitted at the moment, but of course, when you're speaking to a club, what you do is you test their resolve when they're desperate. And at this point, if Arsenal get tested near the end of the window, I feel like we might get a disrespectful offer at some point near the end of the window.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, look, just on Hector Bellerin at the moment, I'm disappointed with our club in not getting him out. How he has still remained so far into this summer, you know, by being involved in pre-season and the new campaign just a few days away. I'm very disappointed. Look, I mean, as a player, he's been here for 7-8 years now, and look, when he first burst onto the scene, he was a very electric player. You know, like he had, like he was one of the fastest players that we had. That was definitely one of his main strengths, his pace. And, you know, he obviously suffered that horrific injury. He was out for, you know, a whole season. And, you know, since his return, unfortunately, he hasn't been the same. And, you know, like within this duration that he's been playing for us, like I just feel that he hasn't really sharpened up on other skills, and you know, like he just hasn't been able to strengthen his other qualities in terms of, you know, passing and crossing. I just feel that with Bellerin in the side, it's like going into a boxing match with one arm tied behind your back, you know. So yeah, man. I mean, look, obviously, if we can get him out the door with the time that's remaining so far in the window, I'd be happy to see it, and I would wish him all the best. You know, I don't wish ill will on no players, but yeah, I mean, I just feel that his time has come to an end, and I just hope that he doesn't actually stay and. For the new campaign. So hopefully the club can do what they can and finally get him out the door as soon as possible.
Okay, Gunnar Express and Mahdeen, I was going to throw it over to you guys for Bellerin, but I feel like there's no point. I'm just going to go straight to Tammy Abraham, and I'll throw it to you guys for that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's get to Tammy Abraham. There's a lot of detail that need to be spoken about in this Tammy Abraham situation. But it's pretty straightforward. None of us here want him. The club seem to be interested in him. He's linked to going to Rome. Okay. Now the situation with him being linked to going to Rome. Let me show you something. Where is it? EGTV. Here we go. Okay. Can you guys see what I'm showing you on the screen? Okay. So here's the updated situation on Tammy Abraham. Tammy Abraham wants to join Arsenal, or West Ham. He wants to stay home in England, right? Chelsea want to sell the player. Arsenal prefer a loan. Tammy Abraham will only leave Chelsea if there's an obligation to buy in the loan. Can everyone just mute themselves? I'm getting feedback. Chelsea and Arsenal have yet to have conversations. Arsenal have just been speaking to intermediates at the moment. Atlanta and West Ham are both also linked to Tammy Abraham, but neither of them have yet gotten close to completing a deal. Rome currently lead the race for Tammy Abraham, and yesterday, according to Sky Sports Italy, Tammy Abraham has and Chelsea have agreed to a £34 million deal for Tammy Abraham. Now, this, guys, is in my community post. If you guys want to check out the community post, you can see more stuff there. That's where we talk about everything in regards to all things. So Tammy Abraham to Arsenal, it currently looks like it's off because he could be going to Rome. I'm not upset. I'm quite happy about this. But at this point, if he does go to Rome, it's a benefit to us because it's a hindrance to us because we were trying to sell Lacazette to Rome. So if that money goes to them, but I also want to ask you guys about something. 35 million for Tammy Abraham, but they couldn't afford to pay more than 13 million for Xhaka. What do you guys think about that?
Bro, I already said it, man. It's not that they couldn't pay it. It's that they don't see him as being worth that much money. Like, I don't know how that is so hard for people to understand because there's still people on Twitter crying about it and not understanding that. They obviously had the money. It was obvious they had the money because they bought Paul Lopez. Not Paul Lopez. I think they bought someone else a while ago as well. It just proves that they have the money. It's just that they don't think Xhaka's worth spending 20 million on. Like, there's no other way of saying it. That's it. That's the only way that has come true. As well, when it comes to Tammy, obviously nobody wants him anyway. But the price tag has pretty much been shown now. 34 mil. He's not worth 34 mil. So Arsenal better not sign this guy. You know, if there's still the possibility of signing him, because I don't think actually Tammy's agreed to go yet. They've just agreed to deal in principle. So if he then says no, and then we buy him for 34 million, I'm going to be fuming, bro, because he ain't worth that much money. 34 mil can get you someone like Basuma. 34 mil can get you a very, very good right back. 34 mil can get you a quality backup goalkeeper, not Ramsdale. So if we spend that money on Tammy, then I honestly, I'm not excited for this season. I'm already not excited, but that will just, bro, I don't want to see that guy in an Arsenal shirt. That's the be all and end all. I don't care. I don't want to see that guy in an Arsenal shirt. So, another Chelsea reject, man. Don't want him.
Another Chelsea reject. Okay. Mahteen?
Yeah, bro. For me, I agree with Ghana Express here. Just for me, like, why are always going for this sort of strikers? Like, no disrespect to Tammy Abraham, but we have to sign, a better striker than Tammy Abraham. And I hope, bro, we don't sign him, man. I don't want him at Arsenal, man. He's the type of striker that needs 10 chances to score 1 goal, man. I don't want Tammy Abraham. Yes, bro. Simple.
Anthony, Azan, I don't want to give you guys a headache talking about Tammy Abraham. You just spent time talking about Hector Bellerin, so I think we'll keep it moving. Okay, guys?
Yeah, sure, man.
Yeah,
Sure.
The next topic is a little bit on the lighter side, a little bit on the happier side, a little bit about a French youngster that we're linked to again. We've been linked to him before. We're linked to him again now. This time, Yacine Anderson. Yacine Adli. We've been linked to him when we had the chance to sign him last time before he moved from his first club. But this time we're going to be able to get him on a cheaper deal, possibly get him over the line this time, because last time we dillied and dallied and we didn't get the actual deal. Gunnar Express is back. Let me show you guys who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Yacine Anderson. Now, if you Yacine and Adli. Why am I saying Anderson? What's going on with me? Why do I keep saying Anderson? He's 21 years old. He plays for Bordeaux. Last season he played 35 games for Bordeaux. His position, if you guys don't already know, he's an last time
midfielder,
I checked, he's an attacking midfielder, right? He played majority of his games last season. Let's see what position he played majority of his games. He played all over the pitch. He played left wing, left midfield, attacking mid, center mid, and he even played a couple games as a DM. Majority of the time, he plays as a central midfielder or an attacking midfielder. Last season, in 35 appearances, he got 2 goals, 5 assists, and 7 yellow cards. He has not featured for the French national team. He's featured for the under 20 team, under 19s, under 18s, under 17s, and in the last 2 seasons he's had a total of 50 plus games in the last 2 seasons. So it looks like he's gotten a lot of experience over the last 2 seasons. This would be like a Matteo Guendouzi replacement, but he's a lot more attacking than Guendouzi, I would say. He's highly touted, and Bordeaux are looking to sell. Arsenal should be scooping him up for about 15 million. How much is he going for at the moment? They're saying, let me check, 10 million actually. Wow. So for 10 million pounds, what are you guys saying?
Which league does he play for? Which league?
Ligue 1.
Ligue 1, Bordeaux.
Oh, to be honest, I will give someone to talk. I don't know nothing from him, to be honest.
Okay. Gunnar Express?
Yeah, I don't know much about him. I know that he used to play for PSG. I think he came from their academy, and they sold him to Bordeaux for like 5 mil. So, I mean, look, for 10 mil, he's young. I mean, you said that he played a lot of games for Bordeaux. I'm going to quickly check his stats because I just want to see what kind of output he is. But I mean, look, he's young, he's French.
Last season.
In how many games, like in Ligue 1?
35 games in the league.
Well, look, he's young. He's 21, same age as Lokonga. So if we brought him in, I expect him to be nothing more than a bench player. But my issue is obviously if we're going to get Maddison and we have Smith Rowe, where does he fit? But I don't know much about him.
Okay, safe, fair. Next, Azan, do you know anything? Do you know much about Yacine Adli?
Yacine Adli, no, honestly don't know nothing about him. How old is he again? Sorry.
Okay, guys. Since most people don't know much about him, how about this? Why don't we do this? Okay, we're gonna go Google search Yacine Adli and show you guys a little bit more about him. So first things first, what I like to do is I like to see the amount of games he's played last season. He played 35 games. The season before that, he played 21 games. He's currently 21 years old, born in the year 2000. Right? If you look here, this is where you can see what type of positions he played overall in his career since he started playing in his career. Majority of the games that he's played in his career, he's played in a central attacking midfield or central midfield role. Right? 15 to 23 games. He played a couple games on the left wing. He's as I said, he currently has 1 year left on his deal after this season. Yacine Adli is a French international, 21 years old, and his first club that he played for, he left a couple of years back. Arsenal were linked to him when he left that club originally, just before he went to Bordeaux. Now let's go to Who Scored to check his skills, characters, weaknesses, and everything else. It says defensive contributions. He's very strong. Free kicks. We don't really need a free kick taker when it comes to from a DM or a central midfield at the moment. Key passes, that he's good at that. Overall, let's see what type of performances he gets, what his ratings are on his performances. So far this season, he has had a couple features. He's not really been a big part of their preseason. So that just tells me he's not a really big part of their plans going forward. But yeah, that's a little quick update on what you should know about Yacine
Adli. Yeah, look, bro. For us to get rid of someone like Joe Willock and then for us to go and get someone of a similar age or younger makes zero sense to me. With the back of that sale, I expect a player that is going to come and make an immediate impact. Someone who's going to come and offer us something different and hit the ground running, right? I don't want us to bring in a young player with the potential of what he's going to offer us in the future. I want a player to come and offer us something now. So this sale, look, again, I don't know too much about him. Sorry?
Thumbs up or thumbs down, Hassan?
Thumbs down. Thumbs down.
Okay, just to make it clear for everybody, because and then what about you, Anthony?
Like I don't know much about this player. We saw Joe Willock, and if this is the level of players that we are bringing in, Arteta should just hand in your P45 and go about your business.
Facts.
Nah, seriously, because apparently we're struggling in regards to the James Maddison deal, so they claim. But yet, there's other players that we could have got for a bit more, like Basuma for 40 million. Get players like that. Stop bringing in these young unknown kids to the team who are not going to make any difference what to make of the numbers. We still haven't sold Lucas Torreira, so I don't buy this talk. I think it's just the agent just trying to get a better deal for him. But nah, sorry, that's a no for me. So it's a thumbs down.
Okay. Muhdin, thumbs up, thumbs down. People in the chat, let us know what you think also. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Continue, Muhdin.
Yeah, bro. For me, as I said before, I don't know him and I haven't watched him much. But as Aslan said, that we want a player that is starting. So, yeah. So for me, thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Okay. Gunnar Express. I don't even have to ask. Is that right? Thumbs up. Yo, you there? Gunnar Express.
Bro, the silence says it all, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man's in a different world. He's in a different dimension. All right. The next one, I'm just gonna keep it moving, guys. The next story, this one makes no sense to me. So we're linked to this Correa guy. A part of me thinks we're not actually linked to him because he's way below the level of quality that we need at our club. I don't know if you guys have seen the links to this Correa guy, but it's actually cringy what the media are doing nowadays. They're linking us to a player knowing openly that he's going to end up being bought by Aston Villa. He's linked to being bought by Aston Villa by the end of the window for around 17 million. That's what is the reports are saying. Aston Villa are supposed to be buying this guy. We've been linked to him too. He's a cheap price. He's an attacking player. I don't know if it makes sense to buy this guy. Just he doesn't score enough goals in my opinion for us to be bringing him into our team next season. 8 to 9 goals from an attacking player. You have to question that. Like the man is not overall performing well in the Serie A for him to be coming to Arsenal to hit the ground running. And Italy is a slow-paced game. They play a lot different, and it's like players who come from Italy don't tend to do so well when they come straight into the Premier League. So we'll have to wait and see. But I don't think we're going to be signing him. I think this is a fake news, real news story, and I think this is more closer to fake news than real news, guys. What do you think?
It's real news in the sense that we bidded. I think you should know this ago. We did bid for him and it was rejected. I think he was one of the strikers that we were linked to before Martinez or any other strikers. So, we did initially bid for him before, which was rejected. So keep your eye on this one in regards to if Arsenal do go back in for another bid. Obviously, with Martinez, looks like he's definitely staying. Tammy Abraham, well, you guys know my thoughts on Tammy Abraham already. So just what I'm saying is just watch this space. This could be a secret one that, they could work on without telling anyone, and, he becomes an Arsenal player. So I'd say it's real.
You say it's real? Okay. It looks like Arsenal are apparently going to be launching a bid for him. And Lazio want about £26 million. Arsenal don't want to pay that type of money. Gunner Express, real or fake?
I mean, I don't want him. I don't think he's good enough. What worries me, if what Anthony says is true about how we wanted him before Martinez, is that why are we wanting an average player over a much better player? If you get what I mean? Because obviously Martinez is 20 times better than this Joaquin Correa guy. So I don't know why we want him over Martinez originally, but I don't want him, bro. I don't want him for any money. I think the story's real. I definitely think we're interested. There's been a lot saying that we are, but again, I don't want him. So I hope it's fake, but I think it's real as of right now.
Okay. And then Azan Muhtin, I'll go to Muhtin first. Muhtin.
Yeah, bro. Joaquin Correa for me. I know him when he was at Sevilla in Spain in La Liga. He was a good player there, but since he went to Lazio, I didn't like him, to be honest, and I rather have Luis Alberto instead of this guy. But I hope we don't get him, man. Yeah, I hope we don't get him, man.
Okay. Azan, another one that you probably
bro, honestly, I don't know anything about him. I mean, I know you mentioned him in past streams when we were linked to him at the time. I mean, I don't know what to say, honestly. I can't give a judgment on him as a player. Look, if the club feels that he's going to bring something, and that's truly what they want, go and get it done ASAP, man. Because look, we're 3 days away. We're 3 days away from being proactive, and once the season kicks off, any day after that, we're going to be reactive. So, got 3 days, man. Go and be as proactive as you can, Arsenal.
Yeah, we had the perfect midfield partner for Thomas Partey in bennacer. We should have gone for Bellerin at Metz, and for number 10, good option. Interesting. I honestly don't know too much about Bellerin at Metz. Metz is in
Boulaya.
France.
Bennacer. Bennacer.
Boulaya in Metz. Okay, I
Never
don't know
heard
too
of
much
him
about him
either.
personally. I'll need to look into that. And when it comes to Bennacer, I completely agree with you. We fucked up big time because we had a buyback clause and we should have bought him back for 4 million. Instead, we allowed him to be sold to AC Milan and took 4 million in profit instead of being a smart club, buying the player back for 4 million and selling him so we get all the full profit of the player. Even if we don't want the full profit, we should have then bought the player and kept him because we needed a player in a similar position at the time. I think he's one of the best players in world football with his left foot currently, young up-and-coming players that play in the midfield that are left-footed. He would have been the perfect Granit Xhaka replacement, and we already had him in our academy. We just let him go for peanuts. Luckily, we got 4 million out of it in the future off the buyback, off the sell-on clause, but what are you going to do? This is Arsenal for you guys. Sometimes we're Link FC, as this guy says. And then when we have players, we let them go for cheap. And we let Martinez go. We let Joe Willock go now. He could be another one player that we're going to regret selling. But at the end of the day, you have to take some of the L's sometimes because for every Martinez, there's an Iwobi or Oxlade-Chamberlain, right? Do you guys agree or no?
100%. 100%.
Okay, yo, Anthony, quick question. You were here for the Kieran Trippier thing. You said you wanted him, right?
I said he's better than what we got. He's better than what we got, but do I want him personally? Nah, like I said, my number one choice, if he wasn't injured, would have been Lamptey. If not, Max Aarons. But Kieran Trippier, to be honest, I can't see that happening.
Do you want to know why I'm asking? Because apparently ever since Manchester United's interests have cooled, Arsenal is his only landing spot to come back to the Premier League, which he wants to come back. Do you think he wants to come back so much to the Premier League that he would join Arsenal? And if you had a choice between him or no right back, is it thumbs up for you?
Boy. I'll say a thumbs down. Reason being is that we've got 4 right backs. Obviously, Cedric wants to fight for his place. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is still there. So is Chambers, and so is the tree planter. So I don't see it happening unless they can sell those 2 of them before the window ends. I can't see it happening. So it's a thumbs down for me.
No problem. I already know about Azan. Azan, if it means no right back and Bellerin staying and we have a 5th right back in Trippier, would you do that?
Wait, sorry. If we keep Bellerin, knowing that we buy Trippier,
yeah, there's no way, right?
That's not happening, bro. No chance. No chance.
Okay, say we sell Hector Bellerin and Ainsley. Is Trippier an option for you?
I mean, with the lack of interest that we've shown for potential right backs, yeah, I mean, with where we're at right now in the transfer window, I would take him because the guy is a winner. He's won things at Atletico Madrid. Look, I don't have an issue with him once upon a time being an ex-Tottenham player. We all know one ex-Tottenham player that we bought and what he came on to do, and what he went on to become at our great club. So, look, I feel Kieran Trippier is better than all of our right-backs combined that we have currently under our books. But he will definitely be more of a short-term solution than a long-term solution. So if that's the case, yeah, go and get it done again.
Okay. Next, I'm not gonna spend too much time on each player. I'm just gonna keep it moving because we've gone way over time. Odegaard, what do you call it? My guy, Gun Express. Have you heard the situation with Odegaard? How it's changed? You were talking about it earlier. Odegaard's situation has gone from we are the favorites, to he's our priority signing, to he's staying at Real Madrid, to he possibly still wants to leave Real Madrid, to Real Madrid getting injuries and him possibly being the only person they have in their ranks to play those similar position, so they won't sell him. And then today, once again, hearing that he wants to leave Real Madrid, even though that he's being told that he could be a big part of the squad next season. It makes no sense how these reports change every single day, every single hour. But at this moment, the story is he wants to leave supposedly, but Real Madrid want to play him as a possible Tony Kroos injury replacement in the short term. Gunner Express, do you believe that he would want to leave Real Madrid this season when he's just been given the green light that he's going to get game time?
Well, obviously, Ceballos has recently just got injured as well, so I definitely don't see him leaving. I don't think Madrid will let him leave. Obviously, with Kroos being injured as well. But this is why I don't want him, bro. He's got no ambition. His mentality is in the gutter. You know, you finally got a chance to play for Real Madrid, something you haven't been able to do since you've been there, and you now want to leave because you don't want to compete. You don't want to push for. You know, you don't believe in yourself to be able to be good enough to keep a Tony Kroos out of that team. I don't want him if that's the mentality. If you don't want to fight for your position, I don't want you anywhere near the club. Hence why I want Torreira gone as well, because he don't want to fight for his position. So for me, no, I don't want him. I'm happy that he has to stay at Madrid now. I hope that Carlo Ancelotti proves to him that mentality is not good enough to be a football winner, because obviously Carlo is one of the best managers ever. But yeah, man, I don't want him. I haven't wanted him anyway. And especially now hearing this, that he's not even willing to challenge for a position that it is essentially now his. Like, who else is going to take that spot? Not many players. So his mentality is not there. He doesn't have the ambition to win for me. So I don't want him. Again, I said it on Cam stream last night. I'd rather have no one than Odegaard, because I don't want that mentality in the dressing room. We've already got enough divas that don't care for winning, you know, like Lady Gaga's backup dancer, Hector Bellerin. These guys don't want to win. They don't care for winning. So I don't want more of those players. So I don't want Odegaard at all for any money, and I would rather us get no one than him. So that's my piece on that.
There you go. When it comes to Arteta, still wants him as one of his number one targets. Gunnar King, how you doing? I want to ask you, Odegaard, are you still interested in having him back at the club?
I like him. I don't like the prospect of signing him more than Maddison. I don't think he's a bad player. I think he was showing the right signs and helping us in succeeding in the tail end of last season. I think a lot gets put on how good ESR was from Christmas, but there was also a notable difference from when we signed him on loan in January as well. And I think it was actually those two collectively that raised the profile of our performances. I think, you know, I remember that West Ham away game when we were down and out. He was excellent and helping us get back into it. You know, obviously did well against Spurs. And I think you could look at it as a mentality thing, why you want to challenge for places. But I think I would counter by saying, when is enough? Like, because he's been at Real Madrid all this time. They've not used him. They've bought players constantly in this position, you know, because Real Madrid have that in their culture, where it doesn't matter if you're a young and up-and-coming player. If you have one bad performance, they'll go out and spend another 50 million on someone in your position just because they can. So I think for him, he's saying, at what point is enough? Like, I've proven that I can contribute to Real Madrid's success, and I've constantly been overlooked. And I bet you the minute that Kroos or Ceballos gets fit again, they get put back in the team no matter how good I play. So I understand it. You know, like, sometimes you've got to come to a bit of a smaller animal to be a bigger fish in the pond. And I'm willing to accept that. We are a smaller club than Real Madrid. He would get more love and more game time. And at 22 or 23 years old, that's what your game needs, right? It needs as many minutes as possible without questions asked. So I wouldn't really question his ambition for not wanting to stay at Real Madrid.
Okay. And then finally, I'm just going to quick fire to Anthony and Azlan. Anthony, Odegaard, yes or no? Would you be interested in him coming to Arsenal?
only as a last resort. If we can't get Maddison, last resort. Like, when I mean last resort, if we exhausted every option and there's no other players, then yeah, I would take him. If not, I'll just keep Smith Rowe.
Okay. Aslan, thumbs up or thumbs down on Odegaard coming back?
Thumbs down. Don't want him.
Keep it simple. Now I'm gonna let you guys go first on the next one. The next story we're gonna be introducing is one of the main stories. Martinez looks like Spurs beat us to the signing of Martinez. Looks like Martinez to Spurs is very much on. As much as they're saying that it's not going to happen, the journalists that are saying it is going to happen are saying that they cannot miss this opportunity to buy a striker, and that just tells me that Harry Kane is leaving. It looks like Martinez to Spurs is getting closer and closer by the day. The main sources out of Italy are saying that saying that he might leave, one saying Inter are fucked financially, they want to sell for 60 million, then saying Inter are not going to sell, then saying Arsenal are still in the race. Other people are saying Arsenal are out of the race, but at the moment, Tottenham lead the race to sign Martinez for 60 million pounds this window. And have Arsenal bottled it, or is it just we weren't really in for it in the first place?
No, I don't think that. For one, he ain't going anywhere. You know, regardless of what the Italian outlets are saying, or the journalists from Italy, was reported that the striker from Fiorentina, he's looking at his future. He's going to be sitting down with his agents this week to look at his future. They know about the interest from Spurs. So Spurs are more than willing to go for him than Martinez. You know, at the end of the day, Lukaku's gone. And I remember myself and everyone else on, I think it's before the game against Spurs, regarding the information that came out regarding Martinez. Even Fabrizio Romano said that, yeah, they've been speaking to him, but that's about it. You know, Inter Milan have turned into Spurs and said, regardless of the fact of what you pay, he's not for sale. They're not going to be stupid enough to sell both of their strikers in the window, regardless of the fact of what situation there is. They've just got, 110 million euros. So why do they need to sell? You know, you have to look at the evidence in regards to.
Can I stop you right there and tell you? Can I stop you right there and add some information that you might not know? Inter's owners are so messed up financially that they need to make any money possible from their football club. If they make a loss on their football club, they are depending on their football club to make money to actually save their business at the moment, because their businesses are
I gathered that.
Their businesses are going down to the point where they might be bankrupt by the end of the year.
They're also buying
going to liquidation.
They're also buying Edin Dzeko from Roma. That's why Tammy's going to Roma, because Edin Dzeko's going to Inter Milan. So they've got that Lukaku replacement. So they might now be willing to sell Martinez because they've got that striker replacement. Obviously, their fans will be happy with it.
I've heard that they're still going in for Duvin Zapata as well, though, which would suggest that actually
it's about to stay.
Yeah, Atlanta don't want to sell Zapata. They've obviously already sold Romero, so they don't want to sell too many of their players.
So it's
the
about
rumors right now, guys, say that Lautaro Martinez rejected his deal to stay at Inter. Inter do not want to lose him. They value him at 90 million, but they're willing to accept a sale of 60 million to save themselves from losing another 30 million if he leaves next year for a cheaper deal.
Yeah, and can I just provide some context quickly on why I think the sale of both of them is still on, right? So what you got to understand is their investors have pulled out, yeah? So all of their expenditure, or how they budgeted and forecasted for the next 2, 3, 5 years, has been placed at an estimate of those guys still being there. So with that deficit, that changes everything, yeah? He's got 2 years left on his deal, and the money that he would want to increase, to re-sign, Inter have already said they're not going to be able to go above that, because at the moment they're trying to reduce the wage bill, not add to it. So they're going to cash in on him this summer. Like, there's probably 3 or 4 other players that they will cash in on as well, because they simply can't afford to keep them and let them go into the last year or even 2 years of their contract, knowing that they're not going to be able to renew them without investment.
Yeah, I heard Barella was also the Dutch defender. I heard those guys are also up for sale because of what happened with
the Ryan Skriniar.
What also happened in regards to Lukaku going. I heard that those guys, they're looking to consider the future. So then obviously there was conflicting reports. There was reports from a lady who came out the other day, because obviously there was rumours that Inter Milan are going into liquidation. She squashed those rumours to say it's not true. And then obviously Spurs are looking at him, but reports today say that Spurs are looking at him, but they're also looking at the Fiorentina striker who's going to be a bit cheaper than Martinez to get, and he's also considering his future at the club, whether he wants to stay or got to go. So right now it's up in the air at the present moment until I see him holding on the Spurs shirt. Then I can say, okay, yeah, well, if we were interested in him, I'm not too sure. Like I said, we're just Interest FC at the present moment. Every person that we've looked at with Interest FC. So I'm not gonna entertain this at the present moment. I won't take it at face value until I see either he's holding up a shirt. It's breaking news on Sky Sports that in yellow that he signed for them. Anything could happen, but it is what it is at the present moment.
There you go. Who hasn't said anything on this? Aslan.
Yeah, just me quickly, bro. Honestly, I don't see it happening, to be honest. I'd be very shocked and surprised for Inter to get rid of their 2 main strikers in the same window. I understand for a man of his talents, he's on a low wage, and that, he probably wants a better deal. But maybe, if they sell a couple of their other players, maybe he may be offered a new contract, a better wage. I don't know, man. Look, I mean, of course, I will take him, but unfortunately, with our lack of outgoings, our lack of sales, I don't see it happening at all. Like, if we'd have gotten rid of either Orba or Laka, then maybe I would have entertained it. But unfortunately, I can't. I don't see it happening.
Sorry, and just to go on what AK was saying, there's reports coming out of Spurs as well that Harry Kane's going to set to sign a new deal. So he ain't
but the same thing came out about Jack Grealish just before he signed his deal.
Yeah, but Harry Kane's going to be staying. Harry Kane's going to be signing.
No way, bro. I don't believe it.
I don't think so.
He's a fucking idiot.
He will. He won't. The new manager wants him to stay, and obviously he's not making up a fuss. He's not making up a fuss about him getting. If Man City is going to spend an excess of 130, 140 million for Harry Kane, and that Daniel Levy, he's a stubborn MF. Let's be real. He's not going to sell his prized asset. We all know this. He's a stubborn MF. He ain't going to sell him. Let's just put that into context. Everyone knows that Daniel Levy, when it comes to his players, he won't give up on Harry Kane. He's turned and said to him, look, you're staying there. You ain't getting nowhere. At the end of the day, if Man City tried to come with a bid, I guarantee you that Daniel Levy will reject that bid. Why would he want to lose his prize asset? Like, really, truly, why would he?
I think he's gone. I think he's gone, bro.
Nah. If he plays against Man City, the opening game,
that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean he can't be registered to play for Man City afterwards. I wouldn't read into that at all. If I'm being honest,
it's like Sheffield United. Ramsdale, who's linked with us, he hasn't even featured. He's not even on the bench. You know what I'm saying? And everyone said, oh yeah, he's going to be coming to Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? So if Harry Kane does play against Man City, I highly doubt it. And Daniel Levy, like I said, he's got the final say on who, if he stays or if he goes. And everyone knows that he's stubborn. We all know this. Don't try to hide the fact that you guys don't know that he is a stubborn manager.
No, but Anthony,
he's a stubborn owner.
this is the thing. Just to write it off is silly because City came out literally the other day and said the reason why we didn't bother going for Messi is because we want £150 million rated Kane. So they're willing to spend that much money on him. So the deal, they'll be doing it very slowly. They'll be, you know, trying to negotiate with Spurs, trying to say, you know, we'll give you this amount, we'll do these swap deals. When push comes to shove, if it's a few days left to the window and City want their man, they're paying that money, bro. That's it.
But none of the Man City players are going to be going over to.
No, exactly. So what I'm saying is, if it comes to the later stages of the window and City want their man, they'll just pay the money. They will just say, "Here's 150 mil. We'll take Kane. You take that." Spurs will not reject that money. They won't be allowed to. Levy.
What do you mean they won't be allowed to? If Levy wants to allow,
Anthony,
one second.
Levy's not the owner. Levy isn't the owner of that club.
Guys, let's stop talking about Tottenham. Let's bring it back because I need to talk about Bernardo Silva before the video is done, and I have work in an hour. So just 1 second. First things first. Respect to everybody who comes on. Thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it, but I just need to keep it on track. Okay. We're gonna talk about Bernardo Silva now. Aslan, I'll throw it to you first. Bernardo Silva to Arsenal. Thumbs up, thumbs down, shake it all about. What do you say?
Thumbs down, bro. I don't want him because, like I've said, I don't want us to buy rival clubs' players in order for them to go and aid their top targets. So yeah, thumbs down for me.
Okay, Gunnar King.
I'd 150% take Bernardo Silva. He improves any club he goes to. Like, you only need look at, you know, he's made himself a mainstay in City's team in a number of positions, both centrally, you know, both, I believe as an 8 and a 10, and also on the right-hand side as well. He's got that versatility. He's got a great left foot, great energy. The only concern I'd have with him, I don't think I think he wants to leave England. I think his wife and his family are angling towards kind of like the Mediterranean way of life that he's used to in Portugal. And I think that's why.
You're cutting in and out. Can you guys hear him?
If the Sky Sports yellow bar popped up with his name in it, with Arsenal next to it, I'm not going to for a second sit here and not be happy about that. He is a baller.
So
offers less of a goal threat than say a Maddison or whatever, but no.
Okay, got it. Gunnar Express, you taking Maddison? I mean, not Maddison. About Maddison. Well, I'm obsessed with Maddison. I'm sorry. Are you taking Bernardo Silva?
All I'm saying is, Aslan, by that logic, we ain't signing Maddison, bro. Because if we sign Maddison, we're directly improving Leicester's budget so they can go get better players. So by that logic, we ain't getting anyone from England. But all I'm saying is, I agree with Gunnar King. I'm 100% taking Silva. As you already know, I'd take him over Maddison. He's going to be cheaper. I think he's a better player. I think that he's definitely better in the 10 than Maddison is. Because as CHAPPY was saying earlier, he does have that injury issue. He's had it for a year. We don't need players with injury issues. So I want someone who's not got those injury issues, Silva being one of them. Obviously, he hasn't played too much for Pep recently, but that doesn't mean he's a bad player. Like, look at the players they have. Sterling, Foden, De Bruyne. Like, are we really going to write this guy off because he's getting dropped by them? Like, those 3 players are very, very good. They all walk into Arsenal's team. So for me, I'm taking him over Maddison. The only thing that Maddison has over him is his age, and that's it. So I'm taking Bernardo Silva. He's my number 1 target for that number 10 role. So yeah, bro, I'm definitely taking him. And as Gunnar King said, if I see him with that little yellow bar on Sky Sports News, I might just cop me a Bernardo Silva shirt. So
let me ask you this: do you think anyone who says no to Bernardo Silva deserves players like Elneny at their club?
I think if you're gonna say no, if you have good reason, like say, oh, you want a right-footed midfield, you know, if you have a good reason, then yeah. But no offense, Aslan, bro. That logic for me don't work, man. I can't.
Okay. Gunnar, who? If we say we go and buy Maddison, who is Leicester City going to come and bring in a world-class player?
They already did. Not Grealish,
bro.
No, not Man City. Leicester City, bro.
No, Jesse
Lingard.
Aslan, you don't know. You don't know. You don't know what they're
Yeah,
cooking,
Jesse
bro.
Lingard.
If you
Yeah,
go spend 80 mil on Maddison,
but
you don't know
again,
who they're cooking
Guna,
on.
you don't know whether they are.
No, that's facts. But this is the thing. We got to realize, Man City. This is something I don't think you understand. If they don't sell any players, they will still spend 150 million on Harry Kane. They don't need people to buy their players.
No,
They
it's
have
not going
the
to
money.
happen, bro. It's not
No,
going to
no,
happen.
it is.
Throughout their transfer window,
They don't need.
when
they
have
don't
they
need- they don't
ever
need
gone and
salesman.
spent on 2 players worth over 100 mil? We've never seen that happen.
Aslan.
If
They
we
have-
buy
This
Bernardo
the thing is,
Silva
Aslan,
for 50, 60 mil,
Aslan, this season,
then they may
this-
consider
this-
to.
Aslan. No,
Aslan,
I'm not
this
hearing
this
that.
this
I'm not hearing
season
that.
financially has been relaxed. So it's the one
Okay.
season where if they're going to do it,
Oh, there you
they
go
need
then.
to.
There you go then, Gunner King. If it's been relaxed, why don't we go and spend money?
Because we're Arsenal, they're Man City. They've got a country back in them, bro. We've got a dickhead called Stan Kroenke, so that's the difference.
Yeah, but look, like I said, it's my opinion.
That's fair.
I don't want us to go and buy a player, whether it's Man City, whether it's Real Madrid. I don't want us to go and identify a player who's surplus to requirements at their current club. I want us to go and buy players who are doing it for their club, who are the best player for their club. That's what I want to see.
Oh, Maddison.
That's just my opinion. If you guys disagree, cool. No, it's calm. No problem.
No, that's cool. But again, Gal, just to answer the question, bro. I think people can turn their noses up at Silva, but I think if it's for a reason that's like, his stats aren't good enough.
I would love Bernardo Silva, but I just prefer Maddison.
No, I get that. Like, if you prefer Maddison or you prefer like Goncalves from Benfica, that's fair, bro. But what I'm saying is, like, if you do not want like Odegaard, for example, I don't want Odegaard at all, right? But I have my reasoning. For Silva, I don't see a reason to the point where you just wouldn't want him. Like, I get that maybe he's bottom of the list, something like that, but I can't see anyone saying just straight out, flat out, no. Because
oh my fucking god, Ramsdale's happening,
bro. He's not here. He's not featured in the team at all today. He's not on the bench. It's happening.
Arsenal have handed a major boost in Sheffield United, named Ramsdale in their Carabao Cup team.
Bro, I was waiting for you to bring this up, man.
Eligible to play in the competition.
I was waiting for you to bring this up.
If he was sold.
Bro, I was waiting for you to bring this up because
who's reported this?
No, Aslan. There's no reports. It's a fact. He's not in the Sheffield United team today at all. He's not in it. So that means
so with that being factual news, who has now reported? Look, bro, don't show me no ITK on Twitter, bro.
No, Aslan. Why would he not be in that team? He has to be in that team. Why is he not in their team? He's their main goalkeeper, bro.
It's the Express. It's not an ITK.
Well, it's that Gurgit AFC, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's not a ITK. He just tells you. He just reads out news.
Yeah, that's an ITK, bro.
No, it's not. No, it's not because he's not making up the news, bro. He's just reporting.
Like, what has he put a link up of a publication?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
So he said the Express said that Sheffield United's goalkeeper is not in the team, so he could now, if he does make a transfer to Arsenal, he could play in our League Cup game.
All right,
he's coming to Arsenal, man. He's coming.
Sorry, I just wanted to just go back to what you guys were saying about Bernardo Silva, then I'll quickly just touch on Ramsdale. The only reason why I think that we're linked to him is because it's Arsenal. I would say no. Reason being is look at the players that we have around. If we did get him, look at the players that we have around him, and look at the players that Man City got around him. It's like it will go to shit. Pardon my language. In regards to him and the players that we got around him, we've got no quality players in that midfield that can complement Bernardo Silva. So, no, I'm being serious. Our midfield is weak. I don't care what no one says. Partey's injured. We still got Granit Xhaka, who Arteta loves, just like Hector Bellerin. So Mohamed El Sideways, a 21-year-old who everyone's rating highly, which he's okay, but he's for the future. So it wouldn't, for me, nah. If we had better players around him to complement him, then I could say, yeah, I'm excited about that. But nah, because he'll go to shit. You know, you.
No, sorry, wait. Can I counter on that? Yeah, like, look, Bernardo Silva, right? I get what you're saying. Like, you need players around you, yeah, like, to obviously be able to perform, right? But to say that Bernardo Silva wouldn't, regardless, come into our team and improve it, I just think is a bit mad, right? Like, look, Aslan's logic, I agree with. I don't want to bring other unrelated stories into this. With Tammy Abraham, I don't want to put 40 M's in their pocket to help them buy Lukaku, yeah? Like, and that's my main objection. And I think that's more valid. I think it's more valid because you could class, like, in terms of teams we're trying to catch, City are way ahead of us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but it's like having Sanchez.
Filling City's coffers doesn't really bother me, yeah, as much as it does filling Chelsea's, yeah. So I understand Aslan's logic to a degree, right? But to say that regardless, with the midfielders that we've got, that Bernardo Silva wouldn't come to our team and improve it, it might be subject.
I'm not saying
the level of improvement might be more subject to having better players in midfield. But he improves our midfield.
If he comes in, if he comes in, 100% he improves us. 100%.
Yeah, he will improve us. But what I'm saying is
we have in our midfield,
it's like when Sanchez was at Arsenal. When Sanchez came in at Arsenal, it was like just a one-man team with Sanchez. Sanchez was literally our main guy. And that's the thing with Bernardo Silva. He's going to be the main guy. And you look at it like, why would you come to a team that's declining, who's not in the Champions League? Okay, yeah, he's been made playing week in, week out with Emil Smith-Rowe, but really and truly, you have to look at the logic. Like, why would you come to a team who, you know, I'm just going to be the main guy at the team. I'm going to look around like, okay, is this it?
Because he wants to be the main guy.
And also, I want to add,
he's never been the main guy at City. No one's ever going to be the main guy at City unless you're Kevin De Bruyne. And for someone that is that good, that plays on your ego. Do you know what I mean? When you know you could go to any other team in Europe and be the main guy, but because you're in front of this guy that you will never be better than, yeah, don't tell me that doesn't entitle you as a player to be able to go, I'm going to go to maybe what might appear a smaller team, but I'm going to be the main guy. And then question is the ambition on that basis. I don't think that's fair, man.
I would question
one second. Breaking news. A player left Arsenal, but it's an academy player.
Sorry, man. I thought it was something big, man.
Wait, you know what I mean?
I thought it was something big, man.
Where's Aussie Tutu going?
Nottingham Forest.
Well, you know what's funny about that? I just want to say this again. To the people that don't watch the academy, and I know who you are. I'm not saying anyone here, but I know who you are. These man all gassed up OC Tutu, saying he's going to be a great right back. I've been saying for time, he ain't that good. He's nothing that special. Obviously, he's not that special. So all I'm just saying, yeah. If you don't watch the academy, if you don't know about the academy players,
was this our academy player that plays as a right back?
Racially
abused.
I'll tell you
when he was on loan.
I'll tell you about.
Was it last season or?
I'll tell you about him. Yeah. So he's he started off as a right midfielder, a bit like Wan-Bissaka. Went to the right back role when he went on loan to Bochum 2 years ago. So not last season, the season before in Germany. I don't think he might have been racially abused there. I think it was at Cardiff.
Yeah, I think he did when he was on loan.
It might have been at Cardiff because I don't think it could have been Bochum. I don't know.
No, but it was like I believe it was like a pre-season game.
Yeah, it'll have been. I was going to say because Germany's known for like when it comes to racially abuse in football. Germany's like the probably the best in Europe for that. But I think it was a pre-season.
Better than Bellerin.
No, he's not. No, he's not. That's not.
So wait, we're loaning him to Nottingham Forest.
No, he's gone. He's gone. Is it permanent or loan?
Permanent sale.
It's a loan.
Bro, is it a loan? Oh, yeah. Bro, we should have. This guy's not good, man. Like, he's not special.
No, bro.
He's all right. He ain't special, man. Like,
respectfully, if there's something else to speak about, let's just move on, bro. Like, why are we
Let's speak about this. Let's speak about this.
You want an academy right back?
Let's speak about this before we go. AFTV did a third kit.
No comment.
No comment. Sorry, again, I just wanted to touch on in regards to Ramsdale as well, just to say that Obviously, now you guys know my view on Ramsdale. I don't know why we're going for this because of this homegrown quarter.
It's because it's his goal. It's his coach, man. Vibes put it in the chat.
I know, but you have to understand that he's.
Bro, if we get this guy, that Iñaki, bro, oh my days.
He's going to be more expensive than our first choice keeper that we've already got. You know what I'm saying? So,
Anthony, I've already said this. If we sign Ramsdale next summer when Leno leaves, he will be number one. I am assuring everybody of that right now. We are not
so as well.
Goalkeeper next season. Ramsdale will be number one. I
think so as well.
That right now.
Can I just ask you, man? Can I just ask you, man, quickly?
That's the main reason why.
Is one of Ramsdale's strengths
getting relegated?
Does he have good feet?
No,
as a goalkeeper.
Not really.
They're better than Leno's.
He's
still poor.
Yeah, still poor.
Most times in the Premier League, he has the long range pass accuracy. Is
regardless of the fact of the long range pass.
Okay, what's his attributes like in terms of commanding his box when it comes to set pieces, defending, his distribution?
Rubbish,
is he quick with his decision making?
No, guys.
I don't think he's that bad.
I have to end the video.
He's 23 years old and he can improve. But
everybody who's watching, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody who's watching. I'm gonna do like 5 more videos before the end of the week on some crazy stuff. So I need to tell you guys what I'm gonna be doing. These are some of the things I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be doing a Premier League predictions. Right? Yes, I have Arsenal in the top 4 in that picture. Doesn't mean I'm actually going to have them in the top 4 for real. I'm going to be doing I'm going to be ranking every Premier League manager. Yes, I have Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in a dead manager position. Find out where I have Arteta.
Should have him there too.
Hopefully,
and then I'm going to be ranking all the kits, every single kit. I'm going to be ranking every single kit in the Premier League from all the teams. I'll rank their home, 3rd, and 4th kit, all one video. It's not going to be too long, hopefully. But yeah, guys, let me know whichever one you want me to release first. My prediction video is probably going to go out last, so probably do the manager and the kit one first. But yeah, stay tuned for that. More stuff coming on the channel. The Mo video just dropped earlier in the day, so go check that out also. And big up to the people. Vibes FC, I see you, bro. You're trying to start controversy. But the AFTV doing the 3rd kit thing, I'll tell you this. Whatever you do around the club, you're going to talk about what's trending. And at that moment, the kit was trending. They did what they did. At the end of the day, they're not going to stop buying kits. That's just them.
All I'm saying is there was a fucking funny comment on that video. If you can find it, you know which one. You'll know which one it is. But it was
on the timeline earlier.
Who?
I'm going to repeat it. I in no way am I condoning anything in the comment, but it's
no, we'll talk about it later.
I'll tell you later.
All right, peace out, bro.